Economics is a big subject. It studies how people make choices. We all have many wants and needs, but the resources to meet them are limited. This fundamental problem is called scarcity. Economics helps us understand this challenge. It looks at decisions made by individuals and also by businesses and entire governments. Scarcity is a truly basic idea in economics. It simply means there is not enough of something, not enough for everyone to have all they want. Think about your own time each day. You only have 24 hours to use. Money is also often a scarce resource for many. Even things like clean water can be scarce. Because of scarcity, choices must always be made. When you make any choice, you give up something. This something else is called the opportunity cost. It is the value of the next best alternative, the one you did not choose. If you use money to buy a new video game, for example, you cannot use that same money for a concert ticket. The concert ticket is then your opportunity cost. Every decision carries such a cost with it. Economics has two main broad branches. One important part is called microeconomics. Micro means small, as you might guess. It studies the economic behavior of individuals, and it also looks at specific firms or markets. The other significant part is macroeconomics. Macro means large, naturally. It studies the whole economy like that of a country. Supply is a very important concept to grasp. It is all about how much of something is available. Producers, like factories or farmers, make goods. They also provide various services we use. Supply is the amount they are willing to offer for sale. They offer these items at different possible prices. If prices for their product go up, they tend to supply more. If prices fall, they usually supply less. Demand is essentially the other side of the coin. It concerns what people, the consumers, want. Consumers desire many different goods and services. Demand is how much they are willing to buy, and they are willing to buy at various prices. If prices for a product are high, they usually demand less. If prices are low, they often demand more. This common reaction is known as the law of demand. Supply and demand constantly work together. They interact with each other in the marketplace. This interaction helps to determine the price of things. It also determines the quantity that is bought and sold. The point where supply and demand meet is called equilibrium. At this specific equilibrium price, buyers and sellers agree. The market is generally balanced there. There is no major shortage or wasteful surplus. Let's use an example: ice cream on a hot summer day. Imagine the weather is extremely hot outside. Many people will suddenly want to buy ice cream. The demand for ice cream therefore becomes very high. Shops selling ice cream might raise the price a little, or they might quickly run out if the supply is too low. Conversely, if it is a cold day, fewer people want ice cream. Demand is lower and prices might even drop slightly. Different societies organize their economies in various ways. Every society must answer some fundamental economic questions. What specific goods and services should we produce? How exactly should we produce these things? And for whom should these goods and services be produced? The answers to these questions define the economic system. There are generally three main types of systems recognized. These are market economies, planned economies, and mixed economies. A market economy relies heavily on individuals and businesses. Consumers and producers make most of the economic decisions. Most resources, like land and factories, are privately owned. Prices for goods and services are set by supply and demand. The government usually plays a relatively small role. Its main functions are to protect private property rights and to enforce contracts made between people or firms. This system is often associated with capitalism. A planned economy operates quite differently. In this system, the government makes most economic decisions. The government typically owns most of the important resources. It decides what goods and services will be produced. It also sets the prices for most of these goods, and it largely determines who gets to receive them. This system is also commonly called a command economy. Historical examples include the former Soviet Union. Most countries around the world today have mixed economies. These systems effectively combine elements from both types. They blend market principles with government intervention. Some economic decisions are made by private individuals and firms. Other important decisions are made by the government. The government may provide essential public services, such as education, healthcare, and national defense. It also often regulates certain business activities. Economics is really not just a subject for experts. It is not solely about complex graphs and confusing charts. In fact, economics deeply affects your daily life. It influences you from the moment you wake up. Many of the choices you make each day are economic ones. You make them even if you do not consciously realize it. Understanding some basic economic principles can be very helpful. It empowers you to make more informed personal decisions. Think for a moment about your own personal money. How you earn your income is related to economics. How you choose to spend your money is also economics. Deciding whether to save your money or invest it. Choosing between buying a new smartphone or going on a trip. These are all fundamentally economic choices you make. Creating a budget helps you manage your scarce money. This is personal finance, which is a branch of economics. Government economic policies also have a direct impact on you. Taxes are a very clear and common example. The government collects various types of taxes from people. It then uses this tax revenue for public services. These services include things like roads, schools, and parks. Interest rates, often set by a country's central bank, can affect your loans and your savings accounts. Understanding these connections helps you understand current events. So, as you can see, economics is important for everyone. It helps you to better understand the world around you. Why are some essential items suddenly more expensive? Why do some people have jobs while others are unemployed? Basic economics can provide insights into these questions. It helps you become a more informed and engaged citizen, and it can also make you a smarter consumer overall. Knowledge of economics is truly a form of power.